Hello and good evening, wonderful viewers. Welcome back to another exciting program of your weekly program called Sport 360 Live on Atlantic TV, the home of television. Of course, this is every Sunday from the hour 8 to 9 o'clock, and we welcome you again. We are located in the little smiling coast of Africa, that is the Gambia, at the western region side of Gambia, far out of where our studios is. Well, back again, another exciting one. This time we're going back to athletics. And today I welcome in the studio my very own, we start long back again, long back years. And I used to call him my international man. Welcome to Sport 360 Live, Mr. Abdou Karim Sey.
Yeah, thank you so much, Big Sam. Also, good evening to all staff of Atlantic TV, right in the hearts of Farato. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sey. There you got it, and it's been very, very exciting. If you're following this program, Mr. Abdou Karim Sey is not a guest to this. Why? Because during the course of the secondary school sports, we have programs in the press conference, and in fact, we also have programs on the ground to cover where I spoke to him, and those that follow Sport 360 will also always have his archives with us. And today we are back again for another season after a very successful season of the school sports. Meanwhile, Abdou Karim Sey will introduce himself, but before then, he is the director of competition at this one. Mr. Sey, once again, for my viewers, again, introduce yourself and your portfolio at school sports.
Well, thank you very much, Big Sam. I am Abdou Karim Sey, chairman of competitions for Gambia Secondary School Sports Association. I am appointed by the Permanent Secretary of Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education to chair competitions of the upper and senior secondary schools in this country, in any type of national competition that they are organizing.
Well, there you got it. That is my international man, Mr. Abdou Karim Sey. Yes, when you were appointed on this position, when was it, and what is your day-to-day running of the office?
Well, actually, my appointment started officially the 1st of September 2023. That was after the national championship of the athletics competition that we had before. There were a lot of challenges in school sports in terms of suspension of schools, a lot of things. When I was appointed, there were some schools that were suspended. The secondary school sports was using a method where schools who were found wanting, whether they were appealed or they were not appealed, were investigated, and if they are found wanting, they are suspended. When I came in as the chairman of school sports, I decided to bring some reforms, because in sports, you cannot just go and suspend a particular school because you inform that a particular school have an unqualified athlete. Somebody somewhere must appeal the opponent, an investigation be done, and that's what we have started. Schools must appeal an unqualified athlete in a particular school. Then the organizing committee, through the appeal committee, will investigate matters and also address matters. One of the things we are having before is that once an athlete is found wanting, the entire school pays the price, meaning the entire school is suspended from the competitions. Those are things that should not even happen in sports. We have corrected it, like if Abdou Karim participated for a particular school and Abdou Karim is found unqualified, you punish Abdou Karim rather than the school being punished. So we have started this strategy. That is what we have been doing now. And our schools are trying to understand the direction that we are going, and alhamdulillah, things are going fine now.
Yeah, we taken back on the appeal also, because we learned from last year's press conference and the program that when you came into office, There were schools that were banned, etc. But when you come, you lifted all the bans and then try to bring new stuff in for competition-wise too. Can you quantify this story to us, and what are some of the events or some of the adjustments that we have done in last year's secondary school?
Yeah, absolutely. As you rightly said, there were so many schools that were suspended. There were a lot of appeals in schools. Like I said, the association was using the electric broom, going around schools, try to disqualify schools based on schools using an unqualified athletes. So that bring in a lot of schools suspended. Some schools were even 2 years suspension, serving 2 years suspension before I came as the chairman of competition. So we decided to look at how best to address some of these things, to make sure that we follow the procedures of sports, because like I said, somebody must appeal an athlete, then you go into it and investigate. So when we started that, we started making change. The first thing I did is to make sure that we lift the suspension of all schools, whether cash or suspension, whatever format was lifted. Okay. And that went well, and everybody started fresh. So even some of the schools who were serving some 2-3 years suspension, like SL, we are all able to come back again in the competition, and we start first. So going forward now, like we ask our schools that they must appeal. If you appeal, then the appeal committee will address your issue. Then if there are athletes that are found wanting, if it is athletics, those athletes are disqualified, and the results they score are also cancelled, and the athlete is suspended, while the school will pay the price of using an unqualified athlete in the form of fines.
Okay. Yeah. Awesome. That's very beautiful. Remember, you tune to Atlantic Online TV or Atlantic TV, the Gambia Sport 360. With me, myself, Big Sam, and my guest is Abdou Karim Sey, of course, chairman, competition school sports. That's before we go forward, I want you to clarify something. What is the difference between the school sports and the Gambia Senior Secondary School Association? Can you break it down for some of us, because sometimes some people are caught confused in between?
Yeah, actually what we have is the structure we have is we have an elected executive of the Gambia Secondary School Sports Association. Okay. GSSSA. Yes. Gambia Secondary School Sports Association. Exactly. All right. In this Gambia Secondary School Sports Association, you have two bodies. All right. You have the Gambia School Football Association. Okay. This Gambia School Football Association is an entity to an aligned association to the Gambia Football Federation. Okay. Right. Okay. They are one of the 5 aligned associations. Okay. Of Gambia Football Federation. So we call it Gambia School Football Association. Okay. That association have a vice president. Okay. It has a treasurer, it has an auditor, it has a secretary general, under the umbrella of the Gambia Secondary School Sports Association. Exactly. At the same time, under the Gambia Secondary School Sports Association, you also have School Sport Association. Yes, that's school sports. That is the main school sport association that deals with all other sports except football. Okay. That sports also, you have a vice president. Okay. You have a treasurer, you have an auditor, you have a secretary general. Okay. All right. Now, after having these two committees together, you bring them together. Okay. You have what we call the Gambia Secondary School Sports Association, headed by one president. Okay. So the president have 2 vice presidents. Okay. One is handling the Gambia School Football Association. The other one is handling School Sports Association. Okay. And in the regions, we also have regional chairpersons. Okay. Each of the 7 administrative regions. Okay. So those are executive members. They are the people who do the job in the region on behalf of the national organizing
Committee.
So they sit in the executive also as executive members. So this is the structure we have. So the main one is the Gambia Secondary School Sports Association,
which you are the chairman of competition.
Exactly.
And you have the president.
Exactly.
And the secretary general.
Yes.
All right.
So in this School Sports Association, you have Lamin Jame as the secretary general.
Okay.
The Gambia School Football Association, you have Alassane Sy as the secretary general.
Okay.
You also have Usman Kebe as the vice president of Gambia School Sport Association. But you also have Dauda Sow as the vice president of the School Sports Association. Right? But all of them are under Ismaila Cisse, who is the president of the Gambia Secondary School Sports Association. Yes.
Wow. So the GSSSA is
the main body.
The main body of it.
Yes.
Very, very understood.
Internally, you have two subcommittees.
Subcommittees like you
combine.
Very well. I think my viewers at this moment will definitely know the difference now. Even myself, I think I'm a bit educated now.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
In fact, I am so happy that during the course of last year, with help of Mr. Abdou Karim Sey, the secretary, and they have definitely given me a position which, as the announcer from the hits to the final, which I'm definitely happy to be part of it. In fact, I want to set my allegiance from football too. Well, I think I enjoyed that very well. Thank you so much for that opportunity, Mr. Sey. And I can see the other side of the coin too. Yes, back on the menu. Let's talk about last year, which I am very well connected, from the press conference to the hits around the country, and then to the final, which was held at Brikama. Take us through. I think that was a very, very successful story, which I have been involved, and I am very, very aware. But from the horse's mouth, what can you tell us from the hits to the successful story of the 23-24?
Well, as the chairman of competition, I think with that question, I have to thank the executive, which we call the National Organizing Committee of the Gambia Secondary School Sports Association. Right? When I came as chairman of competition, as we all said at the beginning, lifting the suspension.
Exactly.
There are a lot of changes that we have done together. And the NOC was able to go out in the region. The competition in the region is run by the local organizing committee, headed by a regional chairman. So, but the NOC, that is the umbrella body, will come to facilitate.
That is the National
Organizing Committee. Will come to organize the competition at the regional level. And I can say for free that 2023-2024 athletic championship was the best.
Oh, congratulations.
In terms of the regions, in terms of the national final, in terms of our teachers, our athletes, their comportment, their behavior, their participation, everything went well. We have gone into the regions without finding any difficulties. There was never an appeal, in fact, in any of the regions. So the teachers, they did very well, and the competition was superb. Going to the finals in Bottrop. Again, it was a very successful competition.
Wow, you know why I'm happy? Because that's my first time involved with the secondary school, so thanks to you guys, and that's the successful. So I'm part of the successful story. So
absolutely,
I think that was awesome. At the end of the 2023-24 season we just passed, we see schools, resource schools, doubling again, the likes of Jamisha, the likes of Plazas, etc. How was it?
Yeah, we were happy also that in terms of competition, the competition has improved.
Exactly.
You are all aware that there have been dominance of the athletic championship by Bottrop, right? Mahat, right? So the surfacing of Jamisa coming shows you the changes. The Latrikunda Savages, right? The Bakotes, all
Scan
coming.
8,
the Scan 8 shows you now the expansion, the competition how schools are ready to invest and compete. Yes. As we speak today, Jamisa is the defending champions.
Exactly.
They are the team to beat in terms of our competitions.
Okay.
So schools must improve to beat Jamisa, and that is what is happening currently.
So what about the other?
Yeah, the other ends, like we said, we have seen in the provinces,
like the
Fenyes, how they come in, the Njongon, the St. Michael, St. George's in Basse, and you can name a lot of them. Bansang in Bansang, a lot of them have improved. At least they were able to produce athletes. If you talk about athletics in this country, you have to give credit to school sports. Today, the Gambia, they are boasting of the Ibrahima, Nesta. They boast about Adama Jame, they boast about Gina Bass. You remember some of us brought in Gina in Region 2 to participate in the primary school sports. And today everybody see where Gina is. So Gina passed through the schools.
School sports.
And we are all, celebrating, Minte. Who is playing in England today. He also passed through our school football. So we are producing a lot of talents in this country that is helping this country to make sure that sports, either in athletics, either in volleyball, or either in football, where our students are excelling.
Awesome. All those people pass through schools. What I was talking about, the Gina Bass, the Ibrahima, name them, the Minte, they all pass through school. So this is the breeding ground for Gambia.
Exactly.
Before we move, the last year, take a little bit twist another in terms of the competition. Normally, we usually see schools in Combo, running with the schools but there was a slight change in that phase where everybody saw yourself, and then immediately some of the schools in the regions find themselves in the finals, and also there were some adjustment to certain qualification. Can you take us through to that?
Yeah,
those are new things that happen.
Yeah, absolutely. There were a lot of changes. There were increment in terms of numbers for schools to participate. Because when let's take Region 2 or West Coast, where you have Bottrop, Mahat, Jamisa dominating. You go to Region 1, you will count Scan 8, you will count Latekunda, Sabiji, you will also count Bakote dominating in the senior schools. Bansang and the other end in Region 5 in CRR, St. George's in Basse, you have Farafenye, also in the North Bank, like Tahir also in the LRR. So these are the dominant schools. So we decided that we will have to increase the number so that we also give other schools the opportunity to prove that they also have the standard. They also have the quality to provide the athletes that can compete. So we decided to increase the number. So in order also increasing the number, we also decided that going to the national finals.
That's what I was exactly.
Going to the national finals. We all know that privileges is with Region 1, Region 2, because you have an independent stadium. Even without the independent stadium, schools have more around this end. They have more resources. They can create the resources than the schools that are in the province.
Exactly.
So if you allow those schools in Region 1, you allow the schools in Region 2 to compete, or you mix them to compete with the provincial athletes.
Exactly.
The results you will have is going to the final. The top athletes, 8 athletes that you will need, they'll be predominantly by Region 1 and
Region 2, the combos.
So the combos.
Exactly.
So we've decided that this time we change the batting. So that the Region 1 schools and Region 2 schools will be in one group. So while the provincial schools also will be in another group. So that's now give the opportunity, those talents that are discovered in the provinces to also qualify and come to the national final and compete with these other athletes. So meaning in every event, you must have 2-3 provincial athletes competing part of the 8 events.
And that definitely was very
And that works very well because there are events that goes to the provincial athletes. So nobody dominates it.
Yeah. And they all saw themselves in the finals.
And they also they have.
Which was a different ball game previously.
Again, when we also increased the number to introduce the semi-finals and finals.
And finals, yeah, that was also part of
because we are trying to reform.
Okay.
And we try to tell our people to understand that in athletics, you just don't go to the regional competitions. Then you go to the national final. And you just run the final. No. You must have to undergo. Here we started with the semi-final. Who knows, maybe next year we will go into hits.
Yeah.
Semi-final.
It is professionally
final. Like the Olympics. We have seen our athletes.
Exactly.
Gina and Oda, they run the hits. Exactly. After the hits, they go to the semi-finals. You qualify from the semi-finals to the finals. That is how it is. So that is what we are trying to introduce to our people. So we started with the semi-finals. And that gives a lot of athletes also the opportunity to come to the national final. Yeah.
So when the hits come, I think that is going to be a very, very professional one. And we hope we're going to be there because why I say I'm part of it now, okay? I'm the national announcer, okay?
Very well.
Okay, Mr. C, now, when we, let's come to this. When we finished the last year, which was a very good, successful story, as you said, which I'm also proud to be part of it, there was this rumors, or there was this talk that within the competition that you guys want to do the regional competition in the sense that even athletes that are not in schools but are still athletes can compete in all the regions. If memory can serve me, it was supposed to be in July, but yet still nothing is happening. Can you clarify that as to why? Or because everybody who is involved with the athletes was very embraced that it's going to be one of a kind, because even retire from school sports, those that are running the national event are in fact qualified to run for their regions. How was that?
Well, actually, let me also complete the finals in Bottrop.
Okay,
when we had the finals in Bottrop, in the senior secondary school, you have Jamisa as the winner.
Exactly.
You have Larikunda Sabiji came out as the runner.
Okay.
You have Mahat Plazas was second and Mahat was third.
Okay.
But going to this before the Sunday finals, the appeal committee received an appeal. From Scan 8, appealing against an athlete in Latrikunda Sabiji. Plazas.
Okay.
Also, another appeal was the same appeal, also appeal against an athlete in Greater Banyu.
Okay.
So, but you know, in the competition, when the competition is going, you cannot stop the competition and you try to investigate the appeals.
Okay.
So when the competition completed on Sunday, the results were tabled. Like I said, Jamisa was first. Latrikunda Sabiji was second. Mahat was third. Then the investigation committee, the result was announced. The investigation committee started investigating the submission of Scan 8 with regards to those athletes. All right. When we investigate, then we discover that what Scan is said about those athletes, those two athletes, one from Plazas and the other one from Greater Banjul, are not qualified. So they were used wrongly. So we have to go back again and review the results. Right? To update the results. To make sure that that athlete from Latrikunda Sabiji, the event he ran, the position he took, were nullified. Likewise, the one also at Greater Banjul. Right? So when those results were nullified, each of these two schools were fined $15,000 each. Wow. Which has to be paid before the next competition. All right? And the results, the deduction of the results, change the table in the senior schools, where Jamisa is now first, Mahat is second, and Latrikunda Savage start.
Start. Wow. So
So
now
that's how
Jamisa became first.
Exactly.
Latrikunda.
Jamisa is first.
Okay.
Now Mahat, who was third,
Okay.
is now second.
Second, okay.
Latrikunda Savage Plazas, that was second, is now third.
Third. Okay.
So that result is also published.
Published. Oh, so that's the new one. So I'm happy that I have it.
But like you said with this event, we wanted to do it in July.
Okay.
But it was not possible because we understand that will be in the rains.
Okay.
And that is the intention, the direction we are going to, because we want to also make sure that our athletes that graduate in grade 12, they also have a competition.
Exactly.
You all know that most of our athletes, when they graduate, they go to Senegal because they want to train there. So we also want to give them the opportunity so that when they graduate, they have the opportunity to also to participate this time round for their regions.
Regions, exactly.
Their regions. And that competition is in place. Our school calendar activity will be out very soon. I can privilegedly tell you that we will have the competition in November, December. This year.
November, December.
Yes. Either November or December.
But where is the targeted place?
The targeted place is we will go to Basse.
Basse, yeah,
that is already an executive decision.
Okay.
That we will go to Basse to have the regional finals.
Okay. Before the plan, because we are running out of, but nonetheless, there is something that is happening. Can you enlighten? It's supposed to be on the 7th, but
yes.
that is shifted. Can you?
That is the Gambia School Sports Association.
Okay, that's about football.
Football.
Okay.
Annually, we organize regional competitions. The schools will qualify in their regions. Then we will go for the national competition. All the regional competitions are now completed. Now we are going for the national competitions, where some of us and the NOC will have to come in and coordinate that final. Across the country.
Across the country.
We have 16 female teams in the junior schools. 16. 16 also male teams in the junior schools. So 32 schools.
30 schools
in the junior schools have qualified. For basic. Equally, you also have 32 schools in the senior school, 16 male, 16 female. That qualify. So we have 64 schools. Those 64 schools, each coming with 25 players and officers.
Wow. You
are talking of 1,600 players and officers. And we want to gather them in Jarasoma. The initial is to have it on the 1st.
That is 1st of
September to the 15th of September. So, yes, but when we also created a platform, a WhatsApp page where we included these 64 teams so that we discuss together. Because we are teachers, we are professionals, we are from a knowledge-based education, so we have to discuss with our stakeholders. When we discuss, both of us, the NOC, the schools, all look at the constraints of traveling and starting the tournament on the 1st. Because what we wanted to do is to make sure that the tournament is played before the 2024-2025 academic year starts. Because we already have our grade 9 students, we have grade 12 students who have passed out and they have played for their schools, and you cannot bring them to play when the academic year opens.
Exactly.
So we're trying to fix it. Now, because some of our schools, they have constraint. Some of the NOC also have constraint in terms of transporting the schools, in terms of feeding the schools. We decided now we shift it. So meaning now, and we will separate it now, the schools will not go together. On the 6th of September, these 32 upper basic schools.
7th September or 6th?
Yes, on the 6th of September, the 32 schools, upper basic schools that qualify, will all travel to Jarasoma. Then the tournament starts on the 7th. Then it's a matter of 5 days. The tournament is played. Winners are decided. Then they will go back home. The following day, the senior schools, the 32 schools of the senior schools we also travel to Jarasoma. Then when they arrive today, the following day we also start the tournament for a period of 5-6 days, and that one is complete. So we will be in Jarasoma from the 7th to the 18th.
To the 18th
of September.
Almost about 15 days or whatever. So, wow, that's important. So everything is going to be Jarasoma. Well, Mr. C, yes, finally, do you have any other thing that you want to share with us? Maybe during the course of the interview, I didn't ask you, or what would you leave with us today?
Maybe one of our constraints
Okay, go ahead.
is finance.
Okay.
The Gambia Secondary School Sports Association is not sponsored.
No sponsor.
The Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education supports. The GFF, because of the Gambia School Football Association, also support. All right, but all these supports are not enough.
Okay.
Right, both institutions are doing their best, but the support is not enough. These competitions need to be sponsored. But this is where the country pulls out, like I said, the Minty that we are all proud of.
Proud of, yeah.
3 years ago, placed in our competition.
Okay, then. And today he's playing the
And today he's playing the premises.
Yeah.
That shows you what school sports is doing.
He's doing, exactly.
Right? The Gina we are talking of came from school sports. But organizing the National Athletic Championship is always a nightmare for the Gambia Secondary School Sports Association because it's not financially sponsored. So we are going back to the drawing board to make sure we knock doors, particularly the Ministry of Youth and Sports, to provide funding of this national championship. If we are producing at least that this country is celebrating, these competitions need to be financed nationally.
Obviously, Gambia, I think this is a very, very good one. Come up, and then one of the most exciting sports, secondary school sports. Of course, philanthropists, business people of the companies come and sponsor. I'm not forgetting my own platform. Please, sponsors are invited on Sport Thursday. Mr. Sey, I must thank you. I'm so happy that I've had a good program with you.
Thank you so much, Big Sam. It's a pleasure.
Well, this is not going to be the first, and it's going
to
be like,
not.
We will definitely go to
Inshallah.
And of course, thank you so much, viewers. Hope you have a very wonderful program, which I know you do. Well, on that note, sponsors once again invited on this program, and I must thank my wonderful studio engineers and camera. Of course, Sehu right here, wonderful job. Aisha, and of course, on top of everybody, Rocky B, Rocky Vibes. Thank you so much. From me, Big Sam International, to my viewers, we'll back again next Sunday from same time, same place, 8 to 9. On that note, keep on sporting.
Perfect.
Atlantic Media Company. Follow us on Facebook at Atlantic TV The Gambia, on YouTube at Atlantic TV Gambia, on TikTok atlantic.tv.gambia. Follow our music platform on Facebook at Atlantic TV Music Platform Entertainment. Share your opinion with us and send it through email atlanticstudio1@gmail.com. This is Atlantic Media.